Welcome to the podcast that talks about everything and nothing. Hello, up there, Landon talked before.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the UTEP podcast. We've been on a small hiatus because of Convention World. I have with me again Brandon and Landon.
Hello.
Hello.
It might sound a little different because we figured out how to group people together and actually have them talk a lot better. It doesn't sound like Brandon's in a wind tunnel.
Yay! I like being in a wind tunnel.
So last time we were together, we talked about John Wick and nothing else.
Yeah, a lot of John Wick.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about more because the third movie's almost out.
Parabellum.
I did.
I just saw a scene from it that he was on Stephen Colbert and ninjas on motorcycles, and it's pretty awesome.
Pretty normal.
That just sounds like a badass movie together. Ninjas on motorcycles. That just sounds like a better movie. I mean, don't get me wrong, John Wick is awesome, but I just want to see ninjas on motorcycles now.
Yes.
But it was a good little scene. So.
But anyway, we're not talking about John Wick.
We're not.
No.
Focus in. What are we talking about?
We're talking about the crazy world of the convention life, because a lot of people who go to conventions know what it's like to go and spend money, but a lot of people don't know what it's like to go and make money. It's a completely different monster.
It is. It definitely changes your perspective.
Yes.
I mean, they're still fun though.
Oh yeah,
it's fun.
Every
It's
aspect.
really rewarding.
It is. It's really, that's the one thing about doing a con life. Now, we've do it from the artist side of things. You actually got the chance of doing it as a vendor.
This is true. This
Yes.
is true.
So perhaps you'd like to explain a little bit about selling swords.
I did sell swords for a little bit. So like anything else, you have to wake up stupidly early. Doesn't matter. You have
Yes.
that's
Same
like,
with us. Same with the artists. It's like, all right. I mean, there is some cons where you can set your own hours. We've got to do that.
Okay.
Which is kind of cool.
Nope.
Yeah.
not the one I did.
Yeah.
It was very much like you guys have to be here at this time, and if you are not, then
Well, yeah, that's
the way most of them are.
Yeah,
Mhm.
usually you have to be set up by a specific time.
Mhm.
You have to be pulled down by a specific time.
yes. Thankfully, at this one, we actually because it's better when you get to set up a day early. That's so much better.
Oh gosh, yeah. If you can, if
There's a
possible.
lot less pressure.
Yes. So
Yeah. How involved was your guys' setup?
how involved?
Yeah.
Oh God, we had You guys usually get like a small what? How
We get an artist booth. It's usually either an 8-foot table or a
Yeah.
6-foot table.
Okay, so we had it's like our buddy Bill has. We had something similar to that, in that we had to work with every inch of
Okay.
that. It was so imagine just a very long rectangle,
Gotcha.
very very long but very narrow,
Okay.
and every inch of that and when I say every inch of that had to be used, I mean every inch of that had to be used. So we had kind of actually the same thing what you guys used to hang up the posters like that, like kind of looks like a steel cage kind of.
Okay,
Structure.
yeah.
We had that all around.
Okay. You probably actually had a real steel cage. Ours is like cubes.
Yeah, but
still.
yeah. So we had to set up a big thing of that in the back, and that's where the real katanas would go.
Oh, nice.
The big prop stuff would go, and then you had to make the end of it. There had to be two triangle, long, kind of tall pyramid type situations.
Okay.
And then that's where the display models and stuff would go, mostly for anime. So a lot of Bleach swords would go on there,
cool.
a lot of Sword Art Online, things like that. And then it was just two giant tables, but if you looked at it structurally, it looked like it was several tables,
Okay.
just long, just going all the way down, and that was just covered in zombie apocalypse type swords. That was the name of the company, Zombie Apocalypse or Zombie Outbreak or whatever.
Okay.
Knives from movies, just knives in general.
Okay.
And then you get the really weird things oh god, I tried to upsell this one thing called the Eiffel Tower. It was
The Eiffel Tower.
Yes, it was essentially just the Eiffel Tower, but the part of the tower could be taken off, and that was the knife.
Oh, nice. Okay.
All right.
Now, did anybody ever buy the knife?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. That's
Yeah,
cool.
okay,
Good.
Yes, because when we're up there, you guys know this. When you're there, you need to sell yourself.
Yes.
More than anything in the world. And if some people like, then good. Some people don't. Okay, move on.
Yep.
So it's there's no love loss or nothing.
No,
like that.
no, exactly. It's just good to talk to people, and,
Yes.
and you're not everyone's going to buy everything.
No.
And that's the way it's supposed to be.
As long as you're not a jerk to people.
Yeah,
That's the main
exactly.
thing.
No.
We're just trying to force them into.
Yeah.
You must have this, or your life will end.
Yes. No. We also Kingdom. I think the two craziest things we had there, or three craziest things we had. The Buster Sword from Final Fantasy.
Okay.
4. Or technically it goes by a different name, but I never played it in the Final Fantasy game, so I couldn't tell you. We had the Lich Sword from WoW, and the axe that you get from the Lich King.
Okay.
So and those things, and of course, when people see that, they're like usually it's like the big buff guy that's with his girlfriend, and he's always like, oh, let me see that Lich Sword, and you're the one person that has to do it, and when you're 5'6", 160 pounds of pure just fat.
Oh man.
You're just God. You just look up and you're like, God damn it. And of course, and you can't look at your boss and be like, hey, can you get that? Because your boss, honestly, maybe is 2 inches taller than you.
So it's somebody has to
So
do
it's
it.
it's like it's like
Draw straws or do rock paper scissors.
But he's the boss, so it's no, it's
No, you go.
yeah. And so there are times I'm just yeah, I got, and the minute, and it's all fine until you get it off the stand, and then you're just oh god,
It's all
oh god, take it please.
Then they cut you in half. No.
No.
But it's it's just take that please, just buy it. I don't want that. And that's the moment you're really trying to sell.
You
really want this.
Just swinging it around.
See how good it cuts?
Yeah, look how smooth this sword stroke is.
Yeah.
See how this table is whole? Now it's not.
Yeah.
It's literally just breaking it from the weight.
It really is. That's generally what it is. It's not even because you cut it in half. It's just because of how heavy this thing was. It just buckled.
But it shows you kind of the crossover. You were at a Comic-Con, or is it PopCon? WizardCon?
It was a WizardCon, yeah. So it was more of a we're trying to niche for everyone.
But
Which
it
is
shows
good.
you there's a lot of crossover in every
Yes.
convention.
Yes.
I mean, you have sword art, you have video games, you
Yes.
have it's complete crossover nowadays. at
Yes.
conventions.
Which is all fun.
Which is great,
Yeah.
actually.
Even
I like
in
that.
anime conventions, it's the same.
Yeah, it's the same.
Doctor
Same.
Who, there's
Yep.
Oh, and my boss, my boss was actually telling me, it's oh, you guys were able to walk around and check the convention out and things like that. Because because we couldn't sit. That was a big no-no. We
Okay.
could not sit the entire
They
time.
want
So
you up, standing up.
we're
engaging.
standing up
Yeah.
all the time, and it's oh, they won't be that busy. Well, they didn't. He didn't take into account. I should say that 2 actors from Doctor Who were going to be there.
oh, that's usually huge.
That's big draws.
Yeah, so I think it was Matt Schmidt
Okay, yeah.
and maybe his
Dave Tennant or
yeah, but both actually Dave Tennant
Okay.
and Matt Schmidt were both
Oh, that's
there.
huge.
So he's well, I hope you guys enjoy the booth. And then of course he's I'm gonna leave because I'm the boss. It's well, screw you two.
Well, there's a lot to see in the con, so I can't.
No, and I'm just I mean, for me,
too bad, so sad. Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck, guys.
Runs off.
the only times we honestly could leave, and that was the few times of course when you could use they couldn't keep you there to use the bathroom. You have to go and do that.
Yeah. Give you some depends. No bathroom breaks for you guys.
Oh man,
It's going to be a long day. Good luck.
Here's lots of water.
I've learned though being
24-pack of water.
I've learned though being in the sword working in that world, it's honestly, and no pun intended, it's a very cutthroat world.
Really?
With selling swords on it doesn't, and you wouldn't think that, but it's very much no, we have to show that we're the better people to get.
Wow, yeah.
Versus these people, and because I remember I was still working with them at the time, but I talked to them being hey, I'll help you guys set up and tear down, but I just want a 3-day pass to the MegaCon, the big Florida convention.
Yes.
In Orlando.
That was pretty darn cool.
Oh yeah, and my boss, he's wait, I'm gonna get free labor out of you, and all you need and all you want in return is just pass to go to the convention, absolutely.
Yeah,
That works.
Yeah, it's like, and that's all I want because a bunch of my friends would go to, like, a bunch of my college friends went to it, and then a few of my other friends were going to it. So I'm like, I just want to be able to go and spend time with them, whatever. And it just so happened one of my friends got a hotel, and I was like, hey, can I board with you guys? And then they're like, yeah, sure, you can board with us. Like, it all worked out.
Yeah.
And so, but when I'm working there, he called because like I'm still with them. So he's like, hey, you need to come over. So there's this booth over here that we know they're pieces of shit. You need to go over there and take pictures of all their stuff because apparently I don't know, like, I didn't really get into the details of, like, go, like, really dive deep to see if this is true or not. But what my boss told me is that they are violating, like, a convention rule or something like that.
Okay.
Being like, hey, only a certain amount of people can sell, like, certain things.
Oh, wow, okay.
And we had that, we kind of had that monopoly.
Oh, okay. I did not realize that was sort of a vendor thing where there's a certain amount that's allotted.
I know they usually have height restrictions. At least on the artist side, I think 8 foot. That's counting where it's at above the table.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so that's more anime. Like Comic Cons, you can go pretty high.
Okay.
Like Wizard Cons, because you think of the backdrop.
Yeah, you're
that's
right.
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, well, MegaCon, they have like this big like T-shirt. It's like T-shirt tower or something like that, and like it's borderline touching the ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's borderline touch. But granted, they have like a giant square to them, so like that's them.
Okay. Bigger the better, I guess.
Well, that's sort of You're trying to create something that a person who's from a distance can walk and they see something. It's like, and it draws them to it because they want to know what it looks like or what it precisely. And
right. But yeah, so I had to go and take pictures of it and get
what overt operations.
I don't know. I never found out like the end story of it. But I took like I was like, what do you like? Because I'm like, well, what do you need? Like, you need to take pictures of all the items, all the swords, all the axes, anything that's there, and the pictures of the people who are running the booth. And you have to do it, and you have to make it look like you're not taking pictures.
Thanks.
Go incognito mode. You just put on a ninja outfit.
Well, it worked out because I was even working for them, so I had my tag did say the company that I was working for, but as long as I didn't as I had it on and was never showing that the company I was with, they didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're able to just snap. Like usually at cons, we like to snap some pictures and sort of post on different social media.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess
this is our setup. Hey, we're here. Yay! And, it's because also I like to actually have them sometimes so I can look back and be like, oh, that was a cool.
Mm-hmm.
How was the Florida MegaCon though?
Oh, I love going to Florida MegaCon. That is, if you guys ever been or try to go, definitely.
It's like a must.
That is that.
I've heard great things. That's why,
Mm-hmm.
So
I've met, because going down there, like we were talking earlier, we won't get into the big discussion about this, but I'll just say people I've met down there.
Yeah.
I've met Vic Mignogna down there. We don't have to get into that discussion.
Yeah, that's a whole
I've met him. I actually met the voice of Invader Zim.
Oh yeah, Ricky
Simmons.
I met him. Didn't get like an autograph or anything like that, but I was just like in awe. I was like, I just want to thank you for my childhood. That was really cool. Who else? I saw Tara Strong.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Cool.
Sweetheart.
Yes.
She nice. She looks like she seems like she'd be nice.
It's funny because she was right by Vic. She was right next to Vic Mignogna.
Yeah.
And her line was a lot bigger than his.
Oh wow!
But I don't blame.
Well, doing Teen Titans is obviously. Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I know who Tara Strong is. Okay.
Yeah. I thought you meant Teen. I thought you meant Teen Titans. Do you know who the Teen Titans are? We drew a picture of them.
Yeah, she was Raven.
Okay, yeah. All right. No,
I
didn't know you had a.
Oh no.
I was gonna say, considering you guys did the picture, I would assume he knew something.
Yeah. No, she's. I've always heard great things about. Well, let's be realistic. Most of the people that do the conventions actually are out there to meet their fans because they actually do care.
Yes.
And it's to make the experience fun, and so it's
like
that's important.
Unless
like Henry Winkler.
He is a big sweetheart.
He stands outside of his booth just to greet people. He wants to interact with his fans.
A husband and wife couple told me a story where they were standing in line to meet him, and the handler told them, "Hey, he's a talker." So,
which is awesome. That's what makes people remember the shows, though.
Yeah. Which is like I was until the day until I can't remember it, at least I will never forget that I just walked up to his booth because I just wanted to just wait from him from afar. he walked all the way over to me and shook my hand. He was like, "Hey, thanks for coming out. I hope you're having a great time.
Nice.
And, have a great day."
That's cool.
Holy smokes, that's amazing.
And I'm just like, okay, the Bonds just shook my hand. I'm cool with this.
Yeah. What show was that at?
That was Wizard World, actually, Cleveland.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
Because that's where I also met. Well, to be fair, I was just gonna go to see a friend of mine. Maybe you guys know Dirk Manning.
Yes.
Yes, I know.
Awesome writer, great guy.
Yeah. I was just gonna go. I saw he was at the show. I'm like, I don't time I get to see him is at conventions.
Yeah.
So I was like, kind of with the same with you guys. I don't get to see you at either here or at conventions.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, he's in town, but I'm like, I can't really justify spending so much amount of money just to see a friend. As much as I like Dirk, and then they're like, oh, by the way, Robert Englund's going to be at this show, and I'm like, Freddy Krueger? Wow. Okay, I'm going now.
Was that year 2?
No, that may have been year 1.
You guys might have been there.
Yeah, we skipped year 1. We did year 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think if we were there, it had to have been year 2 then. I'm almost positive it was. They bleed together.
They really do.
Yeah, you think from. I just remember our locations are different.
That was the year that
they had Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth. Okay. That's what I thought.
Yes. Okay. Yep. Because I was gonna meet him and just get a video. I'm an asshole. I was gonna get a video of him holding a Thor hammer, just screaming Thor as loud as possible.
Yeah.
But there's a story behind that. So I was with my friends down in Florida. We were just kind of Halloween shopping.
Yeah.
And we were at this one Halloween shop, and they had this hammer. It didn't look anything like Thor's hammer, but it was the closest thing until the Avengers movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? No, actually, the Avengers movie did come out at that point. But anyways, so I'm running up to my friends, and I'm screaming as loud as possible, Thor, and then hitting them on the chest. Was like as hard as humanly possible, and just like hitting them square in the chest. And so my one friend, he finds another one, and we're using these hammers as swords. So we're just like, and he hits me right in the knuckle.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay, no, we're done. We're pretty much done now. He's like, are you good? I'm like, I'm good. Are you good? He's like, all right, we're good. Of course, don't trust me in any shape or form. So he puts it down, walks away. I put mine down, and then I come back around and grab it again, and come up and sneak right up behind him and scream louder than I ever think I've ever screamed in my life, Thor! And I come down, and as I'm coming down, he turns around, and I hit him, and he just collapsed.
Oh, God.
He just collapsed to the ground, and I'm like, and he's actually like in physical, in pain. I'm like, dude, what happened? He goes, you hit me in the dick! And I'm like,
did you yell Thor when you did it?
Yes! Yes! So I've made him paranoid of Thor and hammers now.
So you just wanted Chris Hemsworth?
Yes.
Thor, and you're like, no.
Pretty much, because I'm a little bit of an asshole.
Oh, that's I don't think I ever saw him at that show though.
No, he kept it pretty closed off.
Yes.
Yeah. Was he there 1 day or 2 days? I can't remember. 3.
I think he was actually there all this was during the time where nothing was going on for him. I wasn't filming anything, so he actually could have, but he was there for 3 days.
Oh wow! So
it's cool. That was a fun show.
That was.
It was. That was a learning experience.
Yeah, that was kind of like when we were transitioning from just doing comics, starting to get in the print biz, and that, which has changed things. So
yeah, that changed the dynamic a lot.
Yeah, because it's built bigger display. When you're selling comics, you really do have to, stand up, try and engage people, really say, you're selling a product that's like, all right.
They have no affinity towards.
No, they've never heard of it. And it's like, this is why you should buy this.
Yes.
Yeah. You have to tell them why they should buy it or why to get excited about it.
Yeah. So it takes a lot more work. It's a lot more engaging. Whereas the other aspect, you do some fan art, you get the.
And people see a picture that they really
resonates
with them. And
so.
I love standing by you guys' booth in general, and then just watching people walk by and look and go, oh my God, and just whatever. Because I hear some crazy, crazy things just from this art you guys have done, with the Space Dandy and Johnny Bravo picture you guys have.
Yes.
I have these 3 teens were walking by, and the one girl was like, oh my God, look, it's Johnny Bravo and Space Dandy. And then he just immediately follows up, I didn't know Johnny Bravo was an anime.
Yes.
You got it.
And here's our pitch. All right. Johnny Bravo is the great grandfather of Space Dandy. there's a time machine. For some reason, that he has to go back in time to get him to help him save the universe. Yeah. It's a movie. It's insane.
That actually sounds like a really good.
and Paul Corn, the writer of Watch Apocalypse, he is like thought that you could interchange their lines, like, and there was no real discernible difference. You could just switch it. They're like, oh, this is Johnny Bravo, this is Space Dandy. Just flip the script, and it's still the same character. I
mean, unfortunately, it is. There is some unfortunate truth about that.
Yeah, they are similar character archetypes. So,
just turning off the live. We were live for a little bit.
Yeah, it was live video paused, so I don't even know how long it's been paused. All right, it's reconnecting.
So it's we got the first 5 seconds of it.
Yeah, I brought it in. I just kind of set it up.
But
but yeah, that's one of the ones where the prints that we've done that people stop and look and like, oh, you know, why is that? What's the story behind that?
Right.
And then we can talk about it, which is thoroughly enjoyable.
Right.
And then we have one where it's like Vash and Spike.
Yes.
Side by side, and that's another one people stop and look and go,
like,
that's my childhood right there.
Yeah, like when I saw the first time at Youngstown Comic-Con, and I took a picture of that to Lauren because she loves Space Dandy and she's a giant Johnny Bravo fan, such as I'm a giant Johnny Bravo fan myself. Not so much Space Dandy. I've tried. I've tried. It's funny. I will give it that. It is 100% funny. It's just not an anime I could sit and
it's not your cup of tea.
Mm-hmm. But and I showed her this, and I go, "You could never unsee this now."
That's good.
And she was like, "I can't unsee it."
Success. And that's what we were hoping for when we did it,
and thankfully it worked.
Thankfully, it seemed to work.
I enjoyed doing the obviously you did. You drew Space Dandy on that. You drew all the crew. I did Johnny Bravo and I drew Little Susie, but I inked the entire cast. I inked everything. And I did the colors on it. It's like one of those, but our styles we can mesh together pretty well on that stuff. So it's like almost indiscernible between.
Sometimes, that it is.
Honestly, I just get the feeling that you're probably more of the anime side and he's more of the comic book side. I could be flipping it out.
Flipping it.
Okay.
He's anime, and I do more of the American comics.
Okay.
More, which, you know, that's just sort of right now the work is sort of fallen more into that.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, well, we just finished up the collection Nightmare Known Ogden Falls. Nightmare Known Volume 2, Ogden Falls for Broken Icon Comics. And like he did the main artwork for it. So even though like I'm more the anime style artist, I still toned his work a little bit.
Yeah, he put the gray tones onto the bulk.
Okay.
So he colored the cover, and although Nick Wetland, who's the main colors for Broken Icon, I think he's gonna, I don't know if we'll go over and tweak it a little bit, but he seems happy with it, so
cool. So, but yeah, so we still, even though like he's went more direction of American style, we still work together on.
Yeah, we finally worked to collaborate.
Yeah,
I hear you.
And even like with Waifu Apocalypse, like, all right, it's more of an anime style comic.
Mm-hmm.
So but he's laying it out.
Yes, I do the page layouts because that's
because you know he's quicker at it than I am, layout wise. So,
and it's one of my one of my strengths.
Yeah.
So, thankfully, because I really like page layouts.
And we need to get some more page layouts.
I do.
So
that's actually starting to come along in the first issue. So.
Yeah. I'm finally getting
move
ahead.
It's like, did we talk about it the last time?
We did talk about Waifu Apocalypse.
So, and as you know, a person who was a sword dealer, you know how heavy those swords are that those body pillars are going to be carrying.
Well,
some of them.
And we did try to actually be, to get the correct swords, like,
that you would see at a convention.
Yes, yeah. Without saying too many names.
Without copyright.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
There was this one, oh my god, I just remembered this, but there was these two teenager kids who came up, and they're like, they mostly came up because let's be honest, regardless if you're an anime fan or not, you see swords, you like swords.
Yeah.
Yes. Swords! Anybody just walk by and yell that. Swords!
Basically. But no, these two kids came up, and you could definitely immediately just right away, I'm like, yeah, these guys aren't really familiar with any of the source material behind this or whatever. All fine and Dan, like that's all good, but they immediately start bashing one of the swords for one reason and one reason only, and it was Ichigo's sword from Bleach.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you look at the hilt of like where if you look where a cross guard is right there.
Yeah.
It could be taken as an image that could be seen back if you can look at it that way.
Okay. Yes. I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah. I gotcha.
Okay. So
without saying it.
Yeah, without saying exactly what it is, but you can see it. So immediately they see that and they're like, I can't believe those guys would have that kind of thing here. Like this is a family of this is a. It's like these are teenagers. I'm like, are you going for Congress? Why are you speaking like this? I mean, I get why you're upset, but it's like it's not.
Yeah. Well, it's a different perspective because look at Bleach or not Bleach, Blade of the Immortal.
Okay.
He has that symbol on the back on his back of his. I don't know what you'd call it, his robe. But it actually is a Japanese symbol. Before that.
Before that happened,
regime took over and used it as their symbol. It was a Japanese symbol that had a specific meaning.
It meant hope, or like.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
I've heard that it actually has like origins from like monks and things like that.
Okay.
So and it means like hope.
Which
ironic.
Which is sad. Yeah, that's sad. Speaking of swords and big swords, have you seen the trailer for Final Fantasy VII?
No, I have not.
The new remake. Yeah.
Okay.
I did. I finally checked it out.
It looks more akin to like Kingdom Hearts turn-based battle system.
Okay.
So it looks beautiful though. Oh gosh. Great. I don't know if you've ever played. I'm sure you played Final Fantasy VII.
Actually, no, I've not played.
Oh my gosh!
Any fun? I just actually for my other show I do with my one friend. You both met him. He was here for Comic Book Day.
Okay.
You might have met him more than Landon because Landon you actually had to work. But
can't see me, but I'm giving 2 thumbs up.
But he and I do a show where we go around looking for video games and vintage toys and things like that. And when we were out and about, I actually did pick up Final Fantasy Origins and Final Fantasy something. It has a Final Fantasy 4 and Chrono Trigger. It's a double. It's one of those.
Really?
Big thing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it has both of them in it. So because I've never been an RPG fan by any stretch of the imagination, and the more and more I hang out with this guy, and he's just like, "Oh, dude, no, you gotta try out these RPGs. Yeah. They're good. They're fun. There's a good story behind it, and things like that." And I'm like,
some amazing stories. And
I'm just like, all right, you know what? Fine, I'll give it a shot. But if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna start from the beginning. And I know the story of Final Fantasy that technically you could start anywhere because they don't intertwine by any stretch of the imagination. It's the only thing that intertwines is the number system. That's it, and I get that. But I want to know the roots. I want to know where it started. I want to know that.
Gotcha.
I want to see from the little pixel guys to what we see now. Like I want to see the evolution.
Which is kind of amazing. You think just how long.
Just progression. It's amazing. Yeah. Just graphics now can be so realistic too. Mm-hmm. It's like, but I still like the little pixel guys. Mm-hmm. I like that stuff.
Every time I see them, I don't think Final Fantasy. There's a thing I'm a D&D fan.
Oh, that's cool.
So my only form of role playing is actual D&D. I don't do LARPing. I want to make that very clear. Okay. But I do. We'll sit at the table and we'll play the characters that way and things like that.
Okay.
So so whenever I see those little things, there's this online not a web series but online video of they took those characters and put them in a D&D thing, but it's played as in like how an actual session would go of D&D, where there's a lot of distractions and just like people yelling at each other and just being like arguing, being like, "No, my character can do this. No, your character can't do that." What makes you think you know that about my character? Because I know I made this world. Like things like that, or just being like I have this thing where ogres can't attack us. Yes, they can because you didn't summon the thing. And some dude in the background being like, "Ogres, man, I got an ogre slaying knife. It's +9 against ogres. You're not there. You're at the tavern."
Probably one of the last convention I did actually by myself was Gym City Comic Con in Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah, I did. I did see you guys were down there. Yeah.
And one of a cool convention was it was a guy's D&D character is a black bear.
Okay.
With a boa constrictor around his neck.
Okay.
Demon wings and flaming hands, flaming bear hands, bear paws. And
it was a whole new term to the term bare hands.
Yes, and that was a commission you had me do, and that was a blast. And that's the thing is like with doing conventions, the different commissions you get.
We get a lot of D&D commissions actually now.
You do, yeah.
I mean, Anime Week in Atlanta, we had several D&D commissions. I mean, they actually had a D&D room there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and our good buddy, Mr. Anime Aaron Marshall,
yes.
he was there spending some quality time in the D&D room. So,
oh man, D&D is so much fun. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever tried or know that much about.
I played Gamma World a little bit, which is,
post-apocalypse.
Yeah, post-apocalyptic Fallout meets D&D. And that was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Weren't your cats?
I was 3 cats. And we had to sneak into a city. And so I put a cloak, and I stood on each one on the shoulders, and I got in. Yeah.
Hey.
I made that roll.
Hey, I've heard some. I've seen and heard some crazier things. So that's in the world of D&D or any form of role playing games like that. That's normal. That's completely fine.
Okay.
Like I played a dwarf shovel knight in a campaign. Where basically, Shovel Knight from the game of Shovel Knight.
Yes.
As a dwarf.
Okay.
Cool.
How did that go?
We played the Curse of Strahd campaign, where basically we're fighting Dracula.
Okay.
Essentially, you're fighting Dracula, but he's not known as Dracula in this world. He's Strahd.
Okay.
I was the only one that lived.
Wow, nice.
Go me.
That is a hardcore campaign.
But I had one of the greatest kills, and all my friends will agree that this is like the greatest kill in all of D&D of our sessions. I should say that because somebody's gonna be like, actually, in my D&D campaign.
Yeah.
That could create a whole nother.
But in the Strahd campaign that I was in, so basically, our tank died, our cleric died, and then our Dragonborn, who was a buddy, he just realized that this is useless, so he starts killing himself. Our thief turned to Strahd, like she's been corrupted. No, she was a Clarendon. She turned to Strahd, like she got corrupted by Strahd. Mm-hmm. So I'm like the only, and then like our hunter, he's dead. He died like a way back. So like all this shit's going down, and I'm just like, I'm running away. Like I'm not being a coward, but I'm being like the realist. Like I can't win.
This is a lose-lose situation. I'm out.
So I'm like, I just run, and like this like not Strahd himself, but like another partner. He's like, hey, and he's like, hey, should I go after that guy? And Strahd's like, do whatever you want. So I'm running, and the DM's like, you come to you're at a stairway, you run up the stairs, and you could and then you come to this you come to what section of the stairs where you could keep going up, or you could run down the hallway. And I go, could I run down the hallway, turn around, and ready myself for an action? No. All right, I'm gonna keep going up. So I ran up all the way up the stairs, and I get to the very top, and our cleric who's dead, he goes, do you think you could knock the guy down the flight of stairs? Is that a thing you could do? And I look at the DM and I go, is that a thing I can do? Could I try to knock the guy back? Because he's chasing me up the stairs. I'm like, could I essentially knock him back down? And he's like, you would have to roll to do it. And I'm like, okay, so that's not a no. So I roll and I miss completely. And I'm like, damn it, no. And then the guy who suggested it goes, wait, don't you have the luck feat? I'm like, oh my god, I do. Now that allows me to re-roll, but the downside of that, whatever it is, you have to take it. You cannot choose between your first roll or this roll. Whatever it is, that is now your roll.
Okay.
So it's one of those situations where it's like, yeah, you have the ability to re-roll, but you have to take it. Can't. All right. No take-backs. So I'm just like,
go back.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh man, there's so much writing on this. So I roll, and I get a 17. And I'm like, yes! So he goes, so essentially what happened was you swung, he ducked, and then starts going to a monologue being like, you think that can stop me? I'm the most powerful. As he's monologuing, you smack him in the face. And then he just rolls down just starts falling down the flight of stairs. And I'm like, how high was I? He's like, castle-wise, you were near like the very top of the castle. You're at the very top spire. And I'm like, so he's going down a long way. Oh yeah, very long way. And so I'm like, I'm going to just jump off the castle and just run away, because I had the ability, I could just jump and then I had this thing called like Infinity Dagger, essentially, where I had, because my weapon was not actually like an axe, being a dwarf. It was a shovel, since I was a shovel knight.
Yes.
So I had this thing where I could just Infinity Dagger, which allowed me to fly to safety.
Cool.
Okay.
And so I flew, and he's like, as you're falling, you hear this, and he played this the death sound from Dark Souls. If you ever played the Dark Souls game, it's a
little bit.
If you die, it's a very distinct sound that you will always remember. And he's like, you hear that, and I'm like, wait, he died because of falling down the stairs? He's like, dude, he failed both his saving throws.
Oh my god!
I'm like, yes, I am the greatest.
The sole survivor.
Now in this world of straw, there's just a lone Shovel Knight somewhere.
Dwarf Shovel Knight, just digging holes.
That sounds like a pretty awesome campaign.
It does. It sounds like a very entertaining campaign. Oh, so yeah, it's cool. I need to do. I think Landon's probably the same way. I need to do at least a few more campaigns, or at least something like that.
It's tough finding the time. That's the biggest thing.
Do I have time to do this, or do I have to do artwork? Probably
artwork.
You could actually do artwork while you're doing it.
Oh yeah, we've had there's been talks of possibly us going to some like D&D campaigns and drawing people's characters while they're doing like the campaign. It was like, I'm trying to think, it was up in Youngstown, Ohio, and they have a pretty good sized D&D group that wanted some artwork and stuff. So we might end up doing that, but it would probably still not involve us playing. You're just drawing people's characters for the campaign.
It is kind of crazy, the different characters that people have and come up with, and it's
well, our comic, original webcomic, Zoka Show. That's how it got its start.
Yeah, that's true. It was based around D&D.
Mm-hmm.
So D&D campaign, and
next thing you know, comics. Back when webcomics were a little bit more. I mean, they're still around.
Webtoons is more
the main
webcomics.
The main venue now.
And, so now, do you read any web comics or webtoons?
I did for like a long time back in the day. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't remember their names, honestly, to save my life.
Okay.
But I found this one guy who does stuff. I still find web comics from time to time. Again, the only artist I could tell you off the top of my head is The Odd Ones Out.
Okay.
Like
Penny Arcade. You ever read that? Or
I remember that. I remember.
That was one of the giants.
I remember.
That was giant.
Huge, yeah.
Obviously. What else? There was some just mega comics that really actually did kind of put the webcomic scene on the map, or back in the day.
And like James Maddox, I worked on Ogden Falls, and he's currently doing for Webtoons, and Webtoons is legitimately pushing it metaphorical horror.
Mm-hmm.
So that's done pretty well for him.
Yeah, it is actually. He does it weekly. I believe.
It's still weekly, and it's like you scroll down and
Rob Stoll, is that the artist?
David Stoll.
Okay.
Close, but no cigar.
No.
Yeah. No. You can't say that. I mean, for a long time, I didn't know you guys. I didn't know the difference between you guys.
That's all right. You don't.
You don't need to.
I don't now, though.
Just take a guess.
You have a 50-50 chance.
No, not if I didn't know your names.
Yeah, that's true.
I'd be like, you with the face.
You
know who you are.
You draw stuff occasionally.
Yeah.
But we talked about the convention side.
Yes.
Of a dealer. I should probably word that a little different.
Yeah.
Of a seller.
Yes.
Now let's go down. Let's travel down the road of artist.
Okay, I mean, we can definitely start from the beginning. Our very first show.
Yes, I would love to hear this. I told you about mine.
Yeah, our very first con was
it's never good.
Ohio Con 2013.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they took a chance. They allowed us to do it.
Yeah, and that was right when we were, pushing the webcomic Zoke Show, and I was doing my other comic, Bullet Forge Samurai. So we had one single collection of Zoke Show. We had
Volume 1 of Zoku Show.
Yeah. It was a full collection, and we had 2 issues of Bullet Forge Samurai and 1 of Shadow Veil. So
we had 4 books on the table, and that was pretty much it.
That was it. 4 books, an ugly blue tablecloth.
Plastic tablecloth.
Yeah.
Oh, those are the worst.
Yeah, I don't even know. And then we did get a back banner.
We had a back banner. We didn't have a front banner at that point. We had like a flip book of Volume 2 of Zoku Show.
Yeah, some of the pages from it.
And I think Do we even have commission price sign?
No, we didn't really even decide what we wanted on commission prices because I wasn't sure at that time. I was like, oh, so I'm gonna do commissions and then I give away my artwork and I never see it again. It's gonna be rough. I like to keep my artwork, but then the more the convention went, and it was going very badly. It's like
not good.
I will give my drawings away to make money because
we need to make money
some way. So after that, I never looked back. I was like, all right, commissions, let's do this. But then it's one of those things like, we've done commissions for you. They go to good homes and stuff. And I try to get good pictures of them sometimes.
Yes. We keep the memories and some, but it was a big transition because
and my commissions were probably not very good at that convention. I'm just saying, I don't remember doing a lot. But I did a Fatal Fury, like classic, like Samuel Bard Fatal Fury inspired picture of, I think, a guy.
I can't even remember
that was it. I don't think it was actually the Fatal Fury characters or not, but I'm sure it was horrible.
So wait, so when I had you do the like Rurouni Kenshin and Trigun, so was that about like around the time you guys just started, or
no?
you guys
at that point, I got
okay. You guys
a little bit, yeah. Okay. I haven't even seen that in a long time. Is that okay?
Honestly, it's at the moment it's lost.
Okay,
I'll say that it's not.
Okay.
It's mostly because we're constantly, like I said, we're cleaning
the
apartments, so things are being moved around and things like that. I know I still have it.
Okay, that's cool. I think I have pictures on my tablet at that point, but at that point we were established more, and I actually like doing commissions. I really do because. And I know Landon's the same way. It is a good way to improve because you're constantly being challenged to do things you wouldn't normally draw. And I really, throw a lot of improvement that I've made actually to doing on the spot commissions.
It is. It speed. It helps your speed.
It does. Even though we've gotten slower.
We have gotten slower, but I think the commissions have gotten better.
Yeah, I've before it was like, I'll just do it fast. Now it's like, all right, I want to, if I can take a little bit more time to make sure it's up to par. I'm pickier than I used to be now.
Yeah. Well, no, because Lauren, her dad, he also gets commissions and stuff like that. He has like a giant wall of like.
Oh, very nice.
Like, because he'll get like the blank covers.
Yes.
For comics,
those are really cool.
And get like a bunch of things like done with that and things like that. And oh my God, there's this one guy. He looked at his table and like he looked really legit, looked decent and all this stuff. And he's like, I want you. Like, what was it that he had him do? I think it was the mighty Thor squirrel.
Okay.
Which it's Squirrel Girl dressed as Thor.
Oh, nice. All right.
Because kind of what I do with Deadpool, where I just have him in different whatever. He does with Squirrel Girl.
Yeah.
So he has like a Dead Squirrel, Scarlet Squirrel, Super Squirrel, Wonder Squirrel. Things.
Yeah, that's cool.
Things like that. And we get this, and he's just looking at this and he's like, this is bad. This is 100% bad.
That sucks.
On the art side, I can tell you, there is shows you have. There's sometimes bad con art shows.
Yes.
That has happened to us.
Yeah.
You try and fight through it.
Try to improve. It's like, all right. But if one of us is having a bad show, though, we'll try to rely on the other one. Say, all right, I don't have it. You kind of do a little more like take over and try to fix my mistakes. Like Landon, there was one, like Colossal Con last year, we did the Otaku Art Craft Fair. You were doing lopsided heads.
I was.
And I was like,
oddball. I think it's how I was sitting, though.
Yeah. So I was like, no.
This set is not right.
No.
And I get that. I get that, because not any profession you can have an off day.
Yeah.
You could just not, the groove could just not be there. I get that. But it's a different thing when this guy was selling himself as a legit artist and actually had talent and things like that. Well, he was just showing the talent. Like, I don't even know if it was honestly his artwork. To be honest, you could be honest. Some
it was
people
that bad.
It was very bad. Like, it was just like one of those things where it's like it was, and like I get that certain things have to be a certain way in art, but it's like the shading was horrible. It was just bad. Oh God! Like
I kind of
usually like on our side.
If I can find it, I'll send you a picture.
When we, you hand someone a commission, like we're usually, I'm hoping that like you can see a glimmer in their eye. They're like nailed it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it happens. Like I might not even be fully happy with the piece, but you give it to someone and they're like, you can tell they're happy with it.
Yes.
So then you succeeded. Even you don't have to be fully happy as long as they are happy.
Yeah. Even if there's like a piece that I'm not fully happy with, I'll try to find other ways. Like, all right, maybe there's some things I don't like about, but I'll try to improve other aspects of the picture. Maybe adding some background elements.
We do that more.
Yeah, to improve it and be like, all right, maybe this isn't up to snuff, or I feel like the position is a little bit too standard. I want to add in some other aspects that's going to really make it pop. Or at least try to.
Right. And I get that, like...
But yeah.
Like, I'll be honest, there was, for me, I had this guy do a Frankenstein Deadpool for me, and I told him exactly how I wanted it. Like, have the arm, I want the stereotypical Frankenstein monster, the arms out, the scar on the head, bolts on the neck.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at this, and I get it, and I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I don't like this.
Yeah.
I don't know why I don't like this, but I just know I don't like it. And maybe because it was the head was too squared.
Okay,
Or so there could be a lot of reasons behind it, but I'm just it's not bad. It's not horrible.
Yeah,
but I definitely don't like it.
And that always sucks from the artist side of things. Like when I don't know if they really like it.
On that aspect, if you do stuff let me ask you, will you go back and commission him again?
I don't know, honestly, because...
See? And that's from our perspective. You want them to be happy because you want the chance that they'll come back and want you to do something later.
If you're doing at least good enough to meet their standards, be like, all right, well, maybe this wasn't as perfect as I'd like to be, but maybe the next one's going to be, a little bit more. And you can make that one even better. But if you do something that's too bad, they'll never come back to you again. Yeah.
And I consider that. And that's just generally with artwork.
Yeah.
Even if you're doing sequentials and somebody hires you to do some sequential stuff and stuff isn't up to snuff, you won't get a second project.
No. And I get that.
And in that aspect, you have to make sure that what you're putting out there is
what matters.
And you're trying to listen to what the person says, how they specifically want their piece. If it's not I was drawing it was from Log Horizon, and the guy wanted it to look like him, but I thought it was supposed to look like Shiro, the main character from Log Horizon. So I started drawing it, and then Paul was like, I think it's supposed to look like Guy. And I'm like, all right. So I texted him, is it supposed to look like the character or you? And he's like, it's supposed to look like me. Well, crap.
Okay, yeah.
And thankfully there's, whiteout and stuff like that and gel pens.
But even with you and the last commission that you got from us, I was like, all right, I want to show you, this is the work in progress. This is how the pencils are looking.
Yes.
What changes would you make to the pencils to make sure before I throw inks on it, I want this to be perfect because this is a big piece.
Yes, and I told you, I was just like, well, I want it to I want this to really look more like a tiger head than a leopard head, and the eye needs to be red.
Yeah, very specific.
Yeah, and because that's just how the character is, and I want it to really look like the character.
Yep.
And I get that, and there have been times
that does help. As an artist, you reach out to the person that's commissioning you.
Yeah. There was one time, because I've had these two characters done, because in the world of comics, I'm a big Amalgam fan. I don't know if you guys know about Amalgam.
Yeah, it was the combination of DC.
With Dark Claw and Super Soldier and things like that. So there were these two issues, two things I got done with Batman and Superman, but I had Dark Claw and Super Soldier on there, and on one of the issues it was the actual issue is it's in the comic it's Batman and Superman, their brains get swapped.
Yeah.
So Superman is now in Batman's body, and Batman's in Superman's body. So on the cover, you see Superman being all heroic and stuff. I did talk about this before, but all that stuff, and he's just all heroic, and Superman's all dark and shadowy.
Oh, okay, that's kind of cool.
Things like that.
That's actually pretty cool.
And so I had him do that, but with Dark Claw and Super Soldier, and the dude just I'm never doing Dark Claw ever again because his costume design is so stupid. It's amazing. There's so many sharp lines and sharp edges to that character. Whoever did that because of Wolverine. There's so much sharpness and things like that. His utility belt is not just an old belt. It looks like it could if he just sits, it would stab him.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. Okay, all right.
That's what it's that sharp and ridiculous.
Wow.
And because he had to constantly do that, he was just I'm never doing Dark Claw ever again. Like, has there been like where you just like, if I ever get asked to do this again, I need to get paid more money. I need to be drunk. I just
League of Legends characters.
okay.
Yeah.
That was probably the one we used to get commissioned a lot of League of Legends characters. The costumes were very detailed. Some of them were really, really detailed. So after a little bit, it's just like, oh man, we did not ever upcharge on them though.
We didn't. We actually just kept the normal prices,
But it definitely, if I, we don't get commissioned that much anymore. But if it kept
For
happening,
League at least.
yeah, for League, if it kept going on, it probably would up the charges at least on some
just
of the
for
characters.
something that's hyper detailed, and you have to really do
like a lot of research.
hardcore research.
I get it.
Unless you can just throw shadows. If they're like, hey, throw shadows, make it,
Yeah, but sometimes that can help. But yeah, the more detailed the costume, the longer it takes, the more.
Yeah, we did have a guy that wanted to commission. Like, I mean, I won't go into specifics, but he did at Middle Tennessee Anime Convention like a couple weeks ago. He wanted a girl and a guy on top of a city or on top of a building with a cityscape and the moon above them.
Jesus.
Yeah. And that does you get into a whole nother.
Yeah, so it's like, no, we're gonna, because
especially when you're at a show.
I can't take time to do a full cityscape and anything like that. That's not,
And that's a take-home commission.
Yeah.
And,
like if you guys were if it was one like a 3-day show, two it was a local show, like you guys actually go home.
Yeah, like Free Comic Book Day, we got commissioned Goku in all his forms. I'm working on it. The guy, pretty much gave me a little bit of leeway, so it's what I've got in the studio right now to actually work on.
I want to see that before I leave.
Yeah, well, let's see. I got the inks on a couple of them, and the pencils I got to do. I still have to pencil out Goku blue.
Now, my question is, because it's funny that you said it, because I actually have a shirt of the evolution it's basically, it doesn't have a name, but it's basically called the evolution of Goku.
Yeah,
so it starts as baby Goku, kid Goku, giant, and they throw in the giant gorilla.
Yeah.
And then teen, adult, Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3.
Oh, wow, okay.
And maybe 4. No, not 4. God.
Okay.
Super Saiyan God mode and God mode 2, unless you want to get technical. Super Saiyan God mode.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't throw in 4. They don't because again 4 is not considered canon in the world of Kirigama. So in this
GT, I think
he threw GT in. You do.
No, he didn't. No.
Okay.
4 was in GT, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's that was one where he had more of like his mixed with his ape form, right?
Yes. It was basically just the giant Ozaru, but it was still human.
Yeah.
Which I'm kind of out of everything of the GT, I'm a little upset that that's the thing that they're, because it's like you could at least said that was canon. Like everything else about it, like everything else didn't have to be canon, because if you've seen this series, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, I didn't really see. I watched the first couple episodes.
I didn't really watch much of
that. I was kind of at that time when it was coming out on like Toonami. I was kind of starting to get out of anime.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like a permanent thing. It was just one of those life just took over and goes different directions.
No, I hear you.
I wasn't drawing at all at that time.
Mm-hmm. But like, because like. It's weird because, like, at one point, because, Pam is the only thing that actually became canon in that entire thing. Out of everything, Pam is like, oh no, you are the daughter of Videl and Gohan. That's canon.
Yeah.
That happened. Are you an annoying character? No, you're a baby. We're never gonna have you get older.
What'd be interesting once on Dragon Ball, I don't know when they're actually going past where Dragon Ball Z actually ended, because they have not arrived.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They
have not arrived there yet.
Yeah, they haven't. Because Goku actually goes back to his older, costume. The older colors. Yeah.
But they are getting closer to getting there. And that'll be an interesting part, because, okay, you already know, until they get to that part, what characters are going to live or die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But after that, anything's possible.
Yep.
Like, how many times have Krillin died? Like, let's be honest.
I don't know.
He was the first person to die in Ball that I know of. That was the main character. I should. Was it him actually?
Did he get poisoned?
No, he got straight up killed by Tambourine.
Okay. I couldn't remember.
That was one of Piccolo's minions.
Yeah.
Toriyama's names are awesome.
Yeah.
Tambourine was one that had like the bat-looking creature.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah.
That was Tambourine. Yeah. No, you think that's dumb? The other monster was known as Drum.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
keep him with the musical.
I'm King Piccolo.
He has actually come up with themes like music and then food.
Yeah.
A lot of food. So
I think almost everyone is named after. Well, I know. Okay, I know Vegeta and Goku are. I don't know if anybody else is named after food after that.
let's see. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like there's some of the new ones.
Kale.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, cauliflower.
Well, that's just that's blatant.
Yeah, I think that might have annoyed my sister a little bit. She's like, really? Kale and cauliflower? I just don't even like this. I'm out. She's like, I'm out. I don't know.
Crossed the line.
I tried to keep her watching. Like, no, don't give up with Super. Keep watching.
Mm-hmm.
Wait till the Universal Survival arc. It's good.
There is, to be fair, even in like Z and stuff like that, they had some weird names like Dodoria, Zarbon, the Ginyu Force as a whole.
Yeah. Ginyu Force.
Oh no, I love the Ginyu Force, but can you? Okay, but off the top of your head right now, can you actually tell me how you pronounce Berta's name?
It's Bada and Jace.
Like actually, like the proper pronunciation of his name.
No, I'm not gonna try either.
Because like you can pronounce
Gold. Captain Ginyu.
Doing the pose. Chase. Is it Godo? I know it's very similar to Godar from like Power Rangers, but it's like something like the short.
Yeah, I
had
can't
the
remember.
freezing ability.
Yeah, that was a cool battle. That was between him, Gohan, Krillin, and then Vegeta just.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
That's kind of when they started turning Vegeta into
more of an anti-douche than just being a normal douche.
Yeah.
Raccoon
on their side.
Yeah.
That was a great battle. The Raccoon. Vegeta fight when he's overmatched and he just like goes all out, and then he's just still there. It's like, hey.
Like, I don't know if you guys watched Team 4-Star Bridge series during like that.
No, I need to.
Like during that part, because they go, as far as I know, as the last they ended around the Android series. They didn't go anywhere past the Android because that's when they kind of got smacked. They got smacked by Funimation being like,
okay,
you need to stop.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah. The weird thing is, like, Akira Toriyama himself has also come out and said, I actually like Team 4-Star. Like, I actually like what they do and things like that. Cool. But it's very tight, like a very like a tug of rope type situation.
Yeah.
Because there are people involved in Dragon Ball Z, like Chris Sabat and things like and people like him who are actually are about the Team 4-Star. But then there's people like Sean, who does Sean
Smigel.
Yeah, I think who does Goku. He's very much like, this is my job. Like, I get that, it's like when the company that pays me tells you need to stop and you don't stop, then that affect, like, that's not just like, that's a problem. So he's very much not very much not with the idea. So that's why I'm like in the whole, even not just like the whole like Funimation versus Team 4-Star, just Dragon Ball Z versus Team 4-Star itself is just very
war.
I didn't realize that. Yeah,
I didn't realize all that. Oh yeah. Now what about like Yu-Gi-Oh and little?
He did get attacked he got attacked for a little bit, but again, like the same thing. Like some people in the Yu-Gi-Oh world were completely about it. Mm-hmm. Some people weren't.
Okay.
Like apparently. He told a story where he had the American voice actor of Tristan say, "Hi, my name's Tristan," like exactly how he says in the Bridge series. And apparently the high ups of the company who made Yu-Gi-Oh over in Japan were there, and they were not fans of that.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah, they were not fans. And also he's like he's on panels with like the actual voice cast. Like he did the voice with the original guy who did the American Joey. So he's in there talking, and he goes, "I think you mean Brooklyn Rage," because that was his catchphrase in the Abridged series. So like, again, they're cool. Like a lot of people are cool, like on board, and like like this is awesome. And there's very much people who are just like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't taken time to watch as much of the Bridge stuff as I need. I watch a little bit of the Helsinger Bridge.
That is good. That is also very good.
Okay.
They didn't do a lot of episodes, but there is a Digimon Bridge series. That's also a pretty good one because I just like it because it just starts out how the actual episode starts out, and Ty's just like, "Hi, I'm Ty, and this is Earth. I think I'm there right now. This is Chicago. I know I'm not there. This is Tahiti. I'm really glad I'm not there. And this is Alderaan. And just shows Star Wars blowing up this planet of Alderaan. Yep, glad I'm not there too.
Nice.
And this is camp. I'm pretty sure. Oh, yep, there I am.
Oh, that's funny.
And like they just kind of make jokes about like when they all get sucked into the digital world, like just who's the most competent and who's not competent, basically. Yeah. And like the one girl, the Mimi, the girl, like the girly girl of the group, she's like, "What's all right? If we're gonna survive, we have to stick together. What's survival? All right, if we have to start eating people, Mimi's first, followed by Joe."
Oh my gosh.
It's like the joke on Into the Spider-Verse. He's like, act dumb. And he's like,
who's Morales?
Who's Morales? Not that dumb. Oh my god, I loved it. This is great.
I actually have to watch that movie. I got it recently, so I'm gonna watch it.
Good. Yeah.
Oh my god. You guys feel like we rambled long enough?
I feel like we have.
We covered some con stuff. We covered some Dragon Ball Z.
We got sidetracked a little bit, but we did talk about con stuff fair amount.
We did.
So that's good. Yes.
I can always come back for more.
There's always more.
I mean, because let's be honest, conventions will never, and unless just for whatever reason one day the world just says no more conventions, conventions won't stop.
Nope.
And we won't stop going to them.
Yes. Still enjoy doing it.
So if you guys want to plug yourself again, tell people where they can find you.
Yes. Well, first thing, I'm Brandon from, I guess what we Wayward Cross Art, and well, I'm Brandon. What's your name?
I'm Landon.
If you can tell us apart, if you can tell us apart, then good job.
One has a beard, one doesn't. But this is an audio podcast.
Yeah. Or even by voice if they can. Just really try. We're Wayward Cross Art on Twitter and on Instagram, and Wayward Cross Comics on Facebook. And if you want to look up any of our different stuff, Waifu Apocalypse, we have a link at the top of our bio on both of them, actually.
Yeah,
on Twitter and Instagram. And look up Broken Icon Comics on social media. They should be having Nightmare Unknown Ogden Falls available pretty soon.
Yep.
And
that covers it.
That covers it, I guess.
All right.
It does.
And of course, if you're here, then you know where you can find me here, mostly on my channel.
Yes.
And eventually other places.
The escape. Not yours.
Well, they would use the Masked Lantern.
Your Masked Lantern.
To get to the Use the Escape podcast.
Bill, again.
This is a show. It's not who I am.
You wear mini masks.
Why do you think I have the lantern tattoo?
Dun, 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 dun.
All right. So until next time, we'll see you on Use the Escape podcast, or you just hear us. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.